Woo. What up, guys? Happy New Year's Eve. A brand new year is upon us. And listen, I'm gonna get straight to it, all right? I'm gonna share something with you guys that I do every single year, something that I've made a practice, and every year I get a little more detailed because it's something that was also taught to me by a good friend and a good mentor of mine. I've taken what she's taught and put my practice together, and this formula helps out a lot, okay? Because when the new year comes around, almost all of us are full of resolutions. I don't like resolutions. You hear a lot of influencers online talk about the fact that they don't like hearing New Year's resolutions. Why? Because most of the time it's nothing more than a bunch of talk, a bunch of hype. Because we love to hear ourselves say that we're gonna do something. We love to hear the excitement in our own voice, or the people around us, that we're gonna get a new job, we're gonna get a new car, we're gonna work out, we're gonna this, we're gonna whatever it is, that excitement. But it dies just as soon as the ball drops, or within the first 45 days of the year. It's just common knowledge. It happens. Why? Because it was a resolution. The one thing that you didn't do, or those people didn't do, was what we're gonna show you here. And that's, you didn't turn it into a goal. All right? Most people do not set goals. You've heard it before, and I'll say it again later on. Goals without actions are nothing more than a dream, and they can be some really beautiful dreams. But I promise you, you apply this into what you are not or already doing, and your 2020 will look way better than your 2019 or previous years did. So let's get right at it. Again, we're not talking resolutions, we're talking goals, things that we are going to do. That's what you do when you set out a goal. Professional athletes say they're gonna go and win a championship, and they go ahead and earn that championship. So if you haven't done this in the past, that's totally fine. Let this be the first time, the first year that you're beginning it. The reason why we wanna start off and look at our 2019 goals is because we need to know where we're going. Again, if you haven't already done this, that's totally fine. What I want you to do is think back. Everybody's goals are gonna be different. I'm gonna incorporate some of mine into here for you guys so you can understand this isn't me just talking. This is what's actually going on. Let's just make some stuff up, all right? So maybe your goal was, let's go with the most common one, all right? Let's say it was to lose weight. Let's say it was to lose 30 pounds, all right? Let's say you want to exercise more often. Another huge one. I'll write this big. Make more money. All right. Let's put a few dollar signs up in there. All right. We all want to make more money. Maybe it was to save some more money. Maybe it was to save some more money. All right. Here's one for me. I wanted to stay at home. I wanted to find a way where I could stay at home way more than I have ever in the past. Maybe it was to find a new job. Okay? Maybe your job, you've been complaining about it for the last few years, or maybe it's just time for a change for you. Maybe it was to fix a relationship. That's a big one for a lot of people. And let's be honest, this is something that we skip a lot of times. And we're going to talk about that one also. All right, for me, it was that. I wanted to make some more money, okay? Save some more money, all right? Who knows, maybe it's to get a new home, new car. Again, this is just making this up. Maybe it's to travel more, vacation. All right, let's write that in big letters, because everybody knows a good trip does a body and a mind and a spirit good. Think about your goals, all right? Write down what your goals were for 2019 if you already haven't. Just if you missed a couple, that's totally cool. Just get a good generalization of what is it you were looking to accomplish for this year. Now, we want to go towards 2020, which is happening in just a few more hours. But the deal is we got 2 more spots that we need to fill in. And we're going to come at those right now, because we want to talk about those 2019 goals that we hit. You see, too many people focus on the things that they didn't get or they don't have or the negative, whatever it is. We need to change the way your mind thinks. The more you think about the things that you want and are doing, the more likely you are to have them. It's just the way the universe works. So let's say, all right, let's look at some goals that you had for 2019, just making this up, all right, that you've hit. So let's say your goal is to lose 30 pounds. Let's say you lost 20 pounds. All right, if that's you, excellent. Maybe you did exercise more than you did in 2018. Let me see. Maybe you managed to make a little more money. Okay. Let me see. Start up there. Maybe you took a vacation. How often do you hear that somebody did not go away, hasn't gone away in 2 years, 5 years, some families 10 or 12 years because they didn't have the time, they didn't have the money. Maybe you finally made it a goal to do that, and maybe that's what you did. All right? Whatever it is, this is your list. So let's talk about the things that you hit, and let's celebrate them. Be happy for them. Be happy for what you did. You didn't lose 30 pounds. You lost 20. What? That's better than gaining another 20 pounds. You exercise more, you feel better, you have more energy, I'm sure. More money. You have more money to do things that you want or need to do. Here's one I want to write down. Maybe it was to take care of some debt. All right. And so let's say because you made more money, you got to clear some debt. Whatever it is, be excited. Okay? For me, found a way to make a little bit more money. All right, we still got another vacation in, even with the baby here. Got to clear off a little bit of debt. Let's say you had 6 cards to clear off. All right, let's say you cleared off about half of it, 2 to 3 cards that you needed to clear off. Okay. Now we got to look at the thing. We're happy with this. We got to look at some things that we missed. All right, our 2019 goals that we missed. This is just as important as this, and I'll get into it in just a little bit. So what did we miss? All right, we wanted to lose 30 pounds. We lost 20. All right, so we need to lose 10 more pounds. Boo hoo. All right, what did we miss? Maybe we didn't make as much money extra as we would have liked to. Okay. So we made a little more, but we didn't make quite as much. Let's get to this touchy one. Maybe we didn't fix that relationship. Why? Because you were scared. That's totally fine. If you're not confrontational, such as myself, you don't like that conversation. And depending on how bad this is or is not, that might be what's slowing you down from doing so. But at the same time, take a moment and just think to yourself, do you need that relationship in your life? And if so, to what degree? If you don't need it at all, don't worry about it. If it's with family, family is family. You don't get to choose your own blood, but that's something that you might want to fix. To think about the level in which you might want to. If this is something that's closer and immediate to you, this might need immediate attention. And if you didn't do it here, we got to work on that. All right? Maybe you didn't take that vacation. Okay? For whatever reason. Maybe it's because you were so busy focused on taking care of some things that you didn't do it. That's going to be a reward. We're coming back to that. All right, your debt. All right, so let's say you cleared off 2 or 3 of your cards. So what did you miss? So let's say you still need to pay off 2 to 3 more cards. Okay, whatever it is. So for me, all right, did this. Again, come back to that in a little bit. And the debt, took care of some debt, but still got a lot more to do. All right, again, this is just some random examples, and I'm putting in some of my stuff in there as well for you. But here it is. All right, fast forward to 2020. Let's get those goals in for the next year because we've got 365 more days to get this done. All right, to bang some great stuff out. So Your first few goals for 2020 should be what you missed. You don't want to leave this list incomplete. Whatever it is that you got here and you did this, but you missed this, let's finish this up before moving on to the next thing. It's like watching the first movie of a trilogy so you could read the second so you can understand the third. You can't just hop in the second and just kind of try to piece the rest of it around. All right? Star Wars fanatics. Okay, anyway. So 2020 goals. All right. So lose those last 10 pounds. All right. How much better you're going to feel when you hit that ultimate goal. You might be a little late, but you're going to hit it regardless. All right. Maybe you needed to make more money. All right, let's put big dollar signs. Maybe it was a business that you wanted to start or need to start. All right, let's do that. Let's put in that business. Biz start. Get over that hump. What else? What didn't we do here? Maybe it's a new home. Maybe that's not needed. Or maybe it's time to move up. All right, make that a goal. Again, this is going to be different for everybody. All right, maybe it's a new car. Who knows? Let's look at the debt part. All right, we talked about debt. You cleared some of the debt. You still got some. How about we do this? How about for 2020, we eliminate that debt? We're not saying clear off. Eliminate debt. And here's what's cool. Everything comes full circle, because when you eliminate debt, then that means you probably have some more money in your pocket. So if you got more money in your pocket, maybe you can start that business. Or maybe you can invest that money. All right, investments. All right, the big move now is real estate. Maybe you couldn't get into it before. You didn't have the money or the education to get into real estate. And now that you got some extra money, you can afford the education to get into whatever it is. Again, this list is going to be different for everybody. Bottom line is, you get the point. And you see that when you write it down, it is so much stronger. It is so much more you. There's a psychological connection between you writing things down versus just saying them out loud. And when you write them down, you are more than likely to attain these goals or do what it is, whatever it is. When you write it down, it becomes so much stronger. It becomes a much deeper part of you. Now, again, this is something that I practice. This is in a really short summary of what I do in conjunction of what I've learned over the last few years. We can get into way more detail about it. This video will be way too long. I just want you to get your new year off on the right foot. And whatever you do, when you write these 4 sheets of paper down, don't just throw them aside. Look at them. Look back at them throughout the year. Are you on pace? This is a perfect way to get a self-assessment as to what are you doing? What's working? What's not working? What worked here that we could reapply here? What hasn't worked here that we need to readjust so we could bring it over here and we can have a whole new goals list? All right. I'm going to close this off with a quote. There's somebody that I follow on Facebook. She is on vacation with her family down in Florida, and she quoted her son. When that ball drops midnight tonight and 2020 comes in, let's all have our left foot up in the air so we can start the new year off on the right foot. If this message is for you, awesome. If it's not for you, that's just as awesome. Click share, because somebody needs to hear this and make this a part of your life. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Let's bring in 2020 with a bang. Let's get there.